Hey guys, what's up? Team 3D. I already announced this on Facebook, but figured I'd do it here as well. A lot of people sending me messages, thought it was a prank or something. First I wasn't gonna tell anybody, but I figured, hey, you know what? It's just part of my second family too, so might as well let you guys know, because in the future you might see stuff in the background and you might hear noises and crying sounds. But anyway, uh, I'm expecting a daughter in 3 days. September 4th is the due date, so we'll see how that goes. I'm not gonna go into the details. It definitely wasn't planned because I just found out 4 weeks ago myself, right before I went to France. But to make a long story short, yeah, I'm gonna be a dad in 3 days if things go according to plan. Um, no need to worry about the channel or anything like that. It's not gonna affect um, the production of the videos. It's not gonna affect. It's gonna change my life in a big way. Obviously, I mean, you find out of nowhere that you're gonna be a dad, and that the girl is 8 months pregnant, and you haven't made any plans for it. So obviously, it's gonna affect your life in a big way. But you guys already know my mentality. Team 3D. I just see that as a challenge. It's life. Stuff happens. In fact, me and the girl in question weren't talking for 8 months, so that's how I wasn't aware. I wasn't told. But anyway, like I said, I didn't want to go into the details because it's very complicated. But I'm trying to focus on the positive. You know, obviously the first week that I found this out, which was 4 weeks ago, I was going crazy. I was gonna lose my mind. If you notice in a lot of my videos, I was very angry and pissed off. Um, I didn't want to, tell you guys why, but I figured, now's a good time. But you kind of understand my situation and my frustration. But obviously, I'm not the type to back down from things like that. I'm not the type to turn around and say, oh, I'm not gonna, provide or yada yada. That's not my mentality. That's not how I was raised. Especially when I went to France and told my father about it, because I found out right before I went to France. So you think about it, you haven't seen your father in 12 years, and you finally go out there and see him, and you have this crazy news, hey, you're gonna be a grandpa. But we got to exchange some advice, and he told me the same thing I had already planned. I'm gonna take care of the child. Obviously, I'm not gonna back down from it. I don't want to call it a mistake. Even though it wasn't planned, I don't want to call it a mistake because you never know. The kid might grow up one day, watch this video, and think, "Oh, I was a mistake." I don't want to think that way. I just want to look forward. Learn from my. Once again, there goes that word trying to sneak up. But anyway, just wanted to share that with you guys. So don't be surprised when you hear babies crying in the background, or you see me with throw up all over my shirt. Is it frightening? Of course it is. I'm not gonna sit there and lie to you and tell you it's not frightening. It's very frightening. If I had more time to prepare, then I would be less frightened. But like I said, I was told when the woman was 8 months pregnant, so I had very little time to let it sink in. It was kind of on top of my head for a long time, kind of like oil on top of water. It wasn't sinking in. It's still not sinking in. But I went to. Hold on, let me show you guys. I went to Barnes and Noble and bought me this Caveman's Guide to Baby's First Year. I walked in there clueless and told him, hey, I'm gonna be a dad in a few weeks. I only have 3 weeks to prepare. What do I do? So I just got me this book. I'm gonna add that to my collection and try to finish it by next week, hopefully. And it's a girl, which is even worse because I have no idea how to raise a girl. Like I said, no excuses, no bitching. I'm just gonna read, ask questions, ask for advice. As long as you ask for advice, you'll never be, you never have to worry about making the wrong decisions. I'm asking people that were in my situation before, and obviously I have the support of my friends and part of my family. But yeah, you guys are briefed in. Someone put on my Facebook, he said, low budget lean muscle. You're gonna be lower budget lean muscle. I kind of laughed at that. But money's not an issue for me. You guys already know. I could be rich if I wanted to. I'm not bragging. You guys, my friends, they'll tell you. There's a lot of stuff about me you guys don't know. I chose this kind of lifestyle. I chose to stop moving around, go to Virginia, get back in school, and live in this budgeted ass lifestyle for one reason, only one reason. Money's not bad. Don't get me wrong, money's not bad. But when I have money in my pocket, when I have a lot of money in my pocket, I get lazy, I get complacent, and I have no reason to move forward. But I feel like if I'm, you know, close to the edge, I have a reason to get up early in the morning. I have a reason to work my ass off. I have a reason to pick up a book and read. I mean, if I wanted money, I would just, like I said, I'm not bragging. I mean, I'm not a very stupid person. I'll just go find a good job. I would have graduated. I started college at 16. If I wanted money, I would have stayed in school, got my degree. I would have had a PhD at 21, 22 years old. I would have been making money, but that's not the goal. I look at the big picture of things. You could be rich as fuck, but still depressed. You could have all the money in the world and still not have it together. So why seek money? I'd rather seek wisdom, because with wisdom, all the things that money buy you come freely. When you have money, what do you do with it? You spend it on something, right? Well, why not find an alternative way to get those things without money? Which is where knowledge and wisdom comes in. So I decided to, I mean, even if you ask Hans, at one point I was making so much money when I was like a year and a half ago, that I had 3 paychecks that I hadn't cashed in yet, because there was no urge for it. My account was overflowing. Finally, I went to the checks cashed office, and I brought my 3 checks, and they were like, we can't cash all 3 checks at once. I was like, why? They were like, well, this is kind of suspicious. It looks weird. You got a black guy coming in with 3 paychecks from like weeks ago. It doesn't happen all the time. And I just laughed. I was like, okay, it's fine. So I had to cash 1 check and then wait till they approved it before I brought the other checks. That's to show you guys that if I really wanted to be rich, that's not hard. My father's not broke. I mean, the guy paid for like the tickets of 5 people to come to France. And anytime I could just give him a phone call and be like, hey, Dad, send me some money. But I don't want to do that. Why? Because it's going to make things easier for me. I won't have the reason to push further. So if push comes to shove, if I'm in a situation where I'm really, 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 really broke, then yeah, obviously I'd be like, hey, I need some help. But right now, I like the challenge. I like the challenge of having to get up and budget everything, of having to control my spendings. I love that. It's not comfortable 24/7, but it's fun. It keeps me going. For somebody who likes challenges, it keeps me going. I'm not saying everybody should do the same. No, I mean, if you like money, go ahead and make your money. I'm just showing you guys my perspective on things. But yeah. Now I have to change some of those perspectives because the baby's on the way. I have to literally make some more room for cash. But like I said, it's life. I'm not gonna bitch about it. I don't know what I was gonna tell you guys about. I just made this video randomly. Gotta get ready for work. Guys, learn from this. Use a condom, especially when you as crazy as I am. Use one. All right, guys. Team 3D Alpha. King me.